It was a quiet evening in a small American town. A father and his son were sitting in their living room, not talking about sports, not talking about politics, but about money. The father asked a simple question, one that most people never think about until it's too late. If everything stopped tomorrow, your bank, your cards, your apps, how long could you survive without touching your account? The room went silent. The son tried to answer, but the truth hit him before the words came out. Maybe a week, maybe less. And that's the moment most people never prepare for, because we've been trained to believe that the system will always be there, that your bank balance is always accessible, that your money is always within reach. But the reality is very different. The system works perfectly until it doesn't. And when it doesn't give you time to think. It doesn't give you time to plan. It forces you to react. Right now, everything feels normal. You can check your balance anytime. You can send money in seconds. You can pay for anything with a tap. It feels smooth. It feels reliable. But what most people don't see is what's happening underneath that smooth surface. Because over the last few years, something has changed, and it changed faster than anyone expected. Interest rates didn't just rise slowly. They surged upward at a speed we haven't seen in decades. And when interest rates rise that fast, it creates pressure inside the financial system. Banks don't just hold your money, they invest it. A large portion goes into long-term assets like bonds that were bought when rates were extremely low. At that time, those investments made sense. But now, with higher rates, those same assets have lost value. That means many institutions are sitting on losses that haven't fully shown up yet. On paper, everything still looks stable, but in reality, the foundation is under stress. These are called unrealized losses. They don't immediately appear as real damage, but they exist, and they stay hidden only as long as nothing changes, only as long as people keep their money where it is. Because the moment withdrawals increase, the system is forced to respond. Assets have to be sold, and when they're sold at lower prices, those hidden losses become real. That's when stability turns into pressure, and pressure can quickly turn into panic. The dangerous part is how fast everything moves today. In the past, if something went wrong, people had time to react. Bank runs took days because people had to physically go and withdraw cash. Today, it takes minutes. A few taps on a phone and money is gone. Information spreads instantly. Fear spreads even faster. And once confidence starts to break, the system doesn't slow down, it accelerates. This entire structure is built on trust. Not everyone's money is sitting there in cash. It's being used, invested, circulated. That's what keeps the system running. But that also means it depends completely on people believing it. It will continue to work. The moment that belief weakens, even slightly, the effects can be immediate. Now step back and look at the bigger picture. Because this isn't just about banks. There's a much larger force building in the background, one that affects everything. Government debt is growing, and more importantly, the cost of maintaining that debt is rising. As older debt gets replaced with new borrowing at higher rates, the pressure increases. More money goes toward interest, less goes toward everything else, and someone has to keep buying that debt. If outside buyers slow down, the burden shifts internally. That means institutions, funds, and indirectly, individuals become more exposed to the system than ever before. It becomes more interconnected, more sensitive, more reactive to change. While most people continue as usual, something different is happening quietly. Those who understand how these cycles work are not waiting for a clear warning. They are preparing in advance, not because they know exactly what will happen, but because they understand that uncertainty is always part of the system. Preparation is not about fear, it's about control. There's a principle that used to be common, but today it's almost forgotten. It's called having a margin of safety. It simply means having enough buffer so that if something doesn't go as planned, you're not forced into bad decisions. Earlier generations understood this instinctively. They didn't rely completely on one system. They kept reserves. They planned for interruptions. Today, everything is designed for convenience. Everything is optimized for speed and efficiency. But in that process, most people have removed their safety buffers, and without those buffers, even a small disruption can create a big problem. So the real question isn't whether something will happen or not. The real question is whether you're prepared if it does. Because the future doesn't need to be predicted perfectly, it just needs to be respected. Preparation means having access when others don't. It means having options when others feel stuck. It means having time to think clearly when others are reacting emotionally. And time, in uncertain moments, is the most valuable thing you can have. The important thing to understand is that major financial shifts never happen without signals. The signs are always there. Interest rates staying high, pressure building in certain sectors, changes in how easily money flows through the system. These are not random events. They are indicators. But most people ignore them because everything still feels normal. There's no urgency, no visible crisis, no reason to act. And that's exactly why most people will miss the opportunity to prepare. Because the best time to prepare is when nothing seems wrong. By the time it becomes obvious, it's already too late to act calmly. Decisions become rushed, options become limited, and control disappears quickly. Being early doesn't mean being extreme. It means making small, thoughtful decisions before you're forced into bigger ones. It means thinking ahead instead of reacting later. Because when conditions change, there are always two types of people: those who are forced to react and those who are already positioned to act. And the difference between them is simple. One prepared, the other didn't. Every financial cycle eventually creates opportunity. When uncertainty rises, prices fall. And when prices fall, ownership changes. Assets don't disappear, they move. They move from those who are unprepared to those who are ready. This is how wealth shifts over time. Those who have flexibility, patience, and preparation are able to take advantage of moments that others are trying to escape from, not because they are smarter, but because they were ready before the situation changed. So ask yourself honestly, if something unexpected happens tomorrow, are you in control of your situation? Or are you completely dependent on everything continuing exactly as it is today? Because right now, everything feels calm. There's no panic, no urgency, no major disruption on the surface. But that's exactly why this moment matters. Because once the noise begins, clear thinking becomes difficult. So don't wait for a clear signal. Don't wait for fear to force action. Use this moment while things are still stable to think clearly and position yourself differently. Because when the next shift comes, and the outcome won't be decided in that moment. It will be decided by what you chose to do before it arrived. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Consult a financial advisor before making any financial decisions.